You took the decision, you came out to your mother. It must have been very difficult, but I think when you were 21.
Yeah, I was 21 years old. I didn't mean to come out. She was, we were in the military. We were living in Washington, D.C. now, and I was just home for Christmas. And we just would sit up and talk all night long. And you have to understand, my mom had been paralyzed from a young age, so she was very different too. But she remained very, very conservative. And at a certain point, I just wasn't giving anything to the conversation. I wasn't speaking. So she filled in all the blanks, and she was very mad about this thing called Don't Ask, Don't Tell, which was a law at the time that that as long as no one found out you were gay or lesbian
in the military, as long as you didn't say you were gay.
As long as you kept it quiet, which was basically saying stay in the closet, who you are and what you are is shameful, and it not only hurt the people in the military but their kids. My mom didn't see it that way. She was angry because it let gay or lesbian people in any form. These people she had been taught were, you know, were next to murderers in terms of sin. These people who were wrong and sick and broken, and she just kept going on and on about it. And I came out because at a certain point, even though I was literally praying not to, I could feel the warmth of my tears hit my cheeks. And a good Southern mom can read those tears. She said she knew when I started to cry, I'll get teary just thinking back to that moment, because I didn't want to come out. I wasn't ready to come out. And in fact, that coming out experience, her reaction to it, I'll never forget. She just got very, very quiet, her heart breaking, knowing her son would face some challenges she didn't want him to, and she just said, why? Why would you choose this? Because that's what her thought was. And I'll never forget pointing to her braces and her crutches, because she was paralyzed from polio, on the bed. And I said, Mom, why did you choose those? And she didn't have an answer for that. That was the beginning of our conversation. And it was a conversation that would go on for quite some time. It was not easy. She did not immediately accept me. But there was a lot of unlearning that had to be done. A lot of that unlearning happened when she met my gay and lesbian friends, when she came to my graduation from UCLA's film school. And she started to hear the stories of actual gay and lesbian young people. And they didn't match up to what she'd heard from that Mormon prophet or from the military or from the state at the time. Those personal stories, not political stories, not stories about the Constitution or science, but those personal stories from these young people and myself eventually erased the generations of homophobia she'd learned from the church and from the state. And it was gone. And I'll never forget, after a night near my graduation when she'd spent an entire evening with my gay friends, that she finally held me and hugged me. And in those tears, I knew that the lies and the myths and distortions about being gay were gone.